Well, good morning, Siouxland at 6:46 on this Friday morning. I'm Avi Hannon.
And I'm Maggie Warren.
And Nick has the morning off. So, Maggie, the really big story this morning is really just this winter storm that's coming in. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, our first heavily impactful storm of the season. Road conditions, though, right now still pretty decent. Up there towards Rapid City, though, seeing a bit of partially covered roadways where they're seeing some snow earlier this morning. We do see that snow onset to our west now through 10 to 11 a.m. Already seeing some light snow out that way. Mid-morning through early afternoon here locally in the Sioux City Metro and further to the east and then out through far eastern Siouxland, looking at early afternoon through mid-afternoon for the start times of that snow. And we're looking for at those moderate to major impacts out there on the roadways. Highest impact out towards I-35 and the Des Moines area, but still impacts nonetheless here locally with travel. And especially as we head into the post-holiday travel period, we do see rain, freezing rain, and some snow down towards Omaha. Des Moines looking snowy, Sioux Falls looking snowy. Pretty much wherever you go around the region going to run into some snow. Minneapolis looking snowy and cold as well. So gonna want to take it easy, take it slow if you can. Maybe delay that travel a couple of days. Head home Sunday instead of today or Saturday if you were planning on traveling those days. And I'll have one last check of your forecast and that winter storm coming up. Avia?
Well, for over a decade now, a Lamar's family has made thousands of baked goods every year right in their own home. KCAU reporter Tyler Buchner spoke with one of the bakers about their recipes and how they handle making so much food.
Well, you may know Rob Scheitler from Lamar's Christmas Acres. Over the years, he's been known by many in the community and beyond as being an amazing baker.
Rob is no amateur baker. Having spent most of his youth and adulthood making and baking pies, cookies, and just about any sweet you can think of, Rob's probably made it.
When I was a little kid, my grandma was an amazing baker, so I grew up watching my grandma bake, and my mom was an amazing baker, and so we grew up as kids baking and in the kitchen all the time.
13 years ago, Rob and his wife started the Scheitler Bakers out of their garage.
We follow all the cottage food laws of Iowa, everything that we have to do from their standpoint.
But it wasn't until 2020 that the Scheitler's Bakers took off in popularity, with more and more people wanting their baked goods.
I have a friend of mine that always joked, he says, "You're a mini Betty Crocker." So his wife made me an apron and says, "Betty Crocker has nothing over on me." I spend 10 to 12 hours a day right here. Almost sometimes 7 days a week we are baking. This week for Thanksgiving, hundreds of pies will go out of here. We call it 2 weeks of chaos.
To keep up with the demand, Rob bought a propane oven, an expensive dough roller, and even a couple industrial fridges. Rob says every baked good is made like it's the 1960s.
So a lot of our recipes, believe it or not, the 1964 Betty Crocker cookbook. We used a lot of those. My mom got one for her wedding gift, and so we use a lot of them recipes yet today. A lot of those recipes were used in my uncle's restaurants. A lot of the recipes I use yet today are from my uncle's restaurant. I've created a lot of my own recipes.
Thanksgiving isn't the only time the Scheitlers are busy. The family is constantly making pies and other baked goods for the Lamar's Farmers Market, the Plymouth County Fair, and of course, residents. While it may be stressful at times, Rob has learned to step away from his kitchen when he needs a break.
Anybody that has a small business in their home and does this, you've got to take a break and walk away from it for a while. And I've learned that. So maybe every couple hours, I need to go take a break. And you got to go out and get fresh air and come back, and then you're ready to go again.
If you're interested in trying some of the Scheitler's baked goods, you can either wait for the farmers market season or send them a request over the phone. We'll have that information on our website, SiouxlandProud.com. Tyler Buchner, KCAU-9 News.
And meanwhile, KCAU-9 is once again partnering with Baumgars for Operation Toys. If you want to spread some Christmas cheer to Siouxland kids in need, you can drop off donations of new toys at your local Baumgars location through December 17th. The toys will then be given to the Salvation Army and other local organizations to be distributed to families with kids ages 16 or younger just in time for the holidays. Well, Maggie, it's time to meet today's stray of the day, and every day we share a pet picked up by Sioux City Animal Adoption and Rescue who's waiting to go home.
That's right, and this is Ziggy, a 1 to 2 year old male, short-haired brown tabby cat that was found on the 2800 block of 41st Street. The rescue says he's sweet and chill and a little couch potato who's pretty content to lie around and be friendly.
And if you know Ziggy, please let his owners know that he's at Sioux City Animal Adoption and Rescue. Otherwise, he'll be available for adoption starting on Sunday, November 30th. And remember, if you've lost your pet, you're looking to adopt, or you'd like to sponsor a pet for adoption, you can visit the Rescue's website. That's at SiouxCityAnimalRescue.com. Well, Maggie, Ziggy is just the cutest on that little blink. You can definitely tell he's giving couch potato vibes. It's such a cute guy.
I bet little buddy's going to be a couch potato snuggler this weekend as that snow falls. Probably won't be a fan of the snow, although there's a look on the Ho-Chunk Center camera. Not seeing that snow just yet. That doesn't come until really mid-morning and onwards through our day today. Once that arrives, though, it'll be a while before we see that snow come to an end. Most of Siouxland in a winter storm warning. That does include the Woodbury County area, the Sioux City Metro. Goes into effect at noon. Also going into effect at noon are some winter weather advisories out through Knox, Antelope, Pierce, Madison, and into Stanton counties. We do already see some light snow, a few snowflakes flying out to our west. That is not the main event, though. We will continue to see that snow fill in and increase in intensity and coverage as we head through our day. The low pressure system going to continue to slide into the area, and that snow going to continue to overspread the area as well. We see through the afternoon hours that snow really heavy, especially out to eastern Siouxland. A brief lull in that activity into early Saturday morning, and then that snow filling right back in. Very snowy for our Saturday, and we continue with the moderate to heavy snow as we head through Saturday afternoon and into the evening hours. So no real break from that snow aside from a brief reprieve early overnight hours. We see clearer conditions again into our Sunday, drier and quieter as well. Now in terms of how much snow we could see, 6 to 10 inches widespread along and east of the Missouri River area, and then 8 to 12 inches isolated higher totals out to our east there. That's where we're expecting the absolute heaviest snow, and then a bit lighter to the west to the tune of 3 to 6, maybe slightly higher. Little glaze of ice as well. Temperatures in the 10s and teens right now, some low 20s to the west, even 8 in Spencer. Now with those wind chills, seeing a wind chill of -1 in Spencer, 1 in Esterville, 11 through Neely and Norfolk with those winds. On the lighter end right now, those will pick up, so going to create some more issues with that falling snow. Blowing snow, reduced visibilities, just overall not great for travel. Some treacherous travel on the way. Temperatures in the mid and upper 20s today and Saturday, dropping into the teens and low 20s Sunday and Monday, upper 20s and low to mid 30s again by the end of next week, though. But starting off the month of December, very cold and on a very snowy note, Avia.
Well, thank you, Maggie. And in other news now, being a small business owner comes with many challenges, especially for Samantha Gilmore and her partner. But through hard work, dedication, and some help, she was able to open the Sweet Era. I took a look inside for the latest edition of Siouxland in Focus.
I had a previous business, a salon that I opened during COVID. It was something that I feel like I had to do. Like I was in a situation, didn't work out when the salons were reopened after COVID. And I just found a spot. I wasn't really prepared. There was no plan. And I made it work. But then because I didn't have a solid plan, it didn't end well.
Gilmore says after finding a mentor and building a concrete plan, she began working on creating the Sweet Era, which opened back in June.
Which is pretty much everything I've wanted in a salon, like support, aesthetics, you know, a very like community base, a place where you feel like you can grow and get support for your own business. Like the word era just kept popping up in my mind, and like having a new era, like a new beginning. And so for me, this is what this business was, so it kind of clicked.
A sweet salon is different independent businesses within a large facility. Each business is responsible for their own clients, and the folks working at the Sweet Era say they enjoy collaborating with each other even though they have their own specialty.
Everybody in the suite does something different. Like I'll do hair, there's a piercer, there's a girl that wants an esthetician, I would refer her out to someone else. I try to refer to the other clients and hairstylist in the suite.
Like getting to know the other girls, they help us get clientele as well by sharing our stuff on social media. It's like a big community and we all try to help each other.
There'll be people popping in, kind of asking what we have to offer, what services. So it's been easy making clientele in here.
While finding clients hasn't been a big concern for the Sweet Era, Gilmore says the end goal is to create a welcoming environment.
We're new, but build a community so you can feel comfortable talking to your sweet neighbors. You can have your privacy because some of my clients like privacy, but having a space where you feel comfortable, where you can just be yourself You know, this is your business, your little world.
What I like about it here is that Samantha is trying to build more of a community amongst everybody here, and I'm really excited to kind of see where that's going to take us.
Gilmore says her clients giving positive feedback to the new space and recognizing her hard work is what helps keep her grounded.
I've come from literally nothing, and to come here, and it's just like, I'm proof that if I can do it, anyone can do it. You know, it's amazing, you know, to think about the things that I've dreamed about since I was a little girl, and to be able to make that like happen. And also to like figure out ways to kind of put things together and problem solve. It's been really amazing. Like, it's literally my dream come true.
For folks interested in learning more about the Sweet Era, we'll have more information on our website at siouxlandproud.com.
And let's take a look at this morning's top stories, what you need to know before you go. It may have just been Thanksgiving, but it's going to be looking like Christmas outside soon, and Siouxland communities are responding by declaring snow emergencies. In Sergeant Bluff, a snow emergency will take effect at 5 p.m. today and run through 6 p.m. on Sunday. While that's in effect, no parking is allowed on city streets. In Storm Lake, officials have also declared a snow emergency beginning tonight at 10 and lasting until Tuesday, December 2nd. You can keep up with all the information on winter weather over on our website at siouxlandproud.com, or follow us on Facebook for the latest updates at KCAU-9 News. And most importantly, stay safe and warm out there. And this Black Friday, Sioux City Animal Adoption and Rescue is sharing a unique take on the day full of shopping. They're once again hosting a Black Cat Friday. As of today, all of the rescue's black and tuxedo cats have reduced adoption fees of $30. The promotion will continue until all of those cats have been adopted. Black cats tend to have the hardest time finding homes, so this is a great opportunity to help find a friend or furry home for the holidays. And we have an important programming note to share this morning. We will not have our normal newscast at 11:30 at 5 or 6 p.m. today. Our news and production crews will be enjoying some time off with their families and loved ones following yesterday's holiday. We'll be back for our regular scheduled newscast at 10 p.m. tonight, and our schedule should return to normal after that. And don't worry, Good Day Siouxland will be here to start your day bright and early on Monday morning starting at 5 a.m. Well, Maggie, let's get a final look at that forecast. How's that winter storm looking?
Well, we're going to have snow here bright and early as well. Not necessarily today, but for tomorrow for sure. Already seeing some light snow falling there towards Norfolk and into Neely. Out through western Siouxland, we'll continue to see snow through the afternoon and into tomorrow. Winter storm warnings through the bulk of Siouxland. Some winter weather advisories out through far western portions of the area. Those go into effect at noon today, will be in effect through midnight Sunday, unless of course they do get extended, which they might. We do see snow for today, for tomorrow. Very impactful to that holiday travel. If you do have to travel, I would recommend trying to organize those plans, maybe go Sunday as opposed to today, or leave earlier today and try to get home before the snow hits. We see quieter conditions though Sunday and into the week next week. Some snow chances reappearing by next Wednesday, but looking very light at this point, and then temperatures settling back to the 20s and low to mid 30s.
Absolutely. So anyone out there planning to travel, make sure you stay extra aware and safe. But have a great weekend. Thank you all for joining us this morning. Have a great rest of your day.